Hello and good morning, awesome yogis. We're here to do our morning practice for week 1. So go ahead and unroll your mat and we'll get started. We'll start in a nice comfortable seat with all the things close by that we're going to need for today. Got 2 blocks, my journal and pen, and a 1-liter bottle of water. And it was full. I encourage everybody to drink at least 1 liter of water as we move through our morning practice today. So get what you need. Sit in a nice cross-legged seat. Take all the time you need to. Rotate your thighs. Root your sit bones in heavy. Lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Close your eyes and turn to your breath. Your hands can be resting heavy on your legs. And notice your breath and how you're starting to breathe this morning. How does your breath feel? Is it a little shallow? Is it a little choppy? And as we move through our practice this morning and every morning this week, I encourage you to set a mantra that will remind you to go with the flow, to be who you are with whatever comes up, with whatever surfaces, with whatever you need to let go of. Stay true to who you are. And breathing in, breathe into that mantra, one word, one phrase that reminds you that you can go with the flow, you can be true to you. Don't overthink it, the first thing that comes to mind. And then open your eyes, return to the room, swing your legs to the side and come up to a stand. Standing up nice and tall anywhere on your mat. Let your feet be spread out apart. That's a good stance for you and parallel to each other. Bringing your arms to the sides. Let your shoulders come down away from your ears, sliding them onto the back body a little bit more. Lift your arms parallel to the ground and then start to sway a little side to side. So as you exhale, swing your arms to one side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, swing to the other. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, swing. Inhale. Keep going, your own pace. Swinging your arms. This is just a great way to go with the flow. You are finding your own flow here as you move and find what feels good for you. So let's speed it up a little and start to swing your arms all the way around and allow one arm to even come back around and kind of like tap your back a little bit. Bend your knees and just let everything loosen. And maybe you feel a little silly. Maybe you feel like you're really able to let go, be who you are, find a little bit of freedom. For some of us, this will come easy. For others, not so much. And that's okay. Honor where you're at here. Keep swinging those arms, bending the knees, maybe smiling and laughing a little at yourself as you do it. Let's do a couple more here. And then coming a little slower before stopping with your arms at your sides. Close your eyes. Notice your breath. And then notice what you notice. What's coming up for you. Go with the flow. Let it come and go. rise and fall. Stay true to yourself. Turning your hands to face the front, spread the fingers apart. Walk the shoulder blades back just a tiny bit more. Bring your awareness down to your feet. Root your feet heavier into the floor. Breathing in as if you're breathing in through the soles of the feet. And breathing out, sending the breath all the way up to the crown of the head. Inhale, reach and rise. Holding your arms up overhead like you're holding onto something big, bright, and beautiful. Keep your arms here. Draw your belly button onto your spine. Slide your shoulder blades down the back body a little bit more. Hold here in this volcano pose. Rooting down from the feet and rising up through the fingers. On your next exhale, let everything go and fold forward. Let your arms sway side to side. Nod your head yes or no. Grasp your elbows maybe and sway. And then inhale, rise, reaching fingertips back to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Press your hands together so much that your forearms come parallel with the earth. Tuck your chin. Feel a beautiful stretch here through the back of the body. Inhale, reach and rise. Hold those arms up overhead, holding onto that beautiful ball of energy. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reaching for the sky. Hold that big, beautiful ball of energy overhead, and then exhale, reach that energy to the right. Big stretch here down your side. Take your left arm back just a little bit and reach a bit more. Inhale, reach up, and exhale to the left. Draw your right armpit back as you reach. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Find a nice flat back, lengthening through the side body. And then exhale, step both feet to the back, coming into high plank. Clawing your fingertips into the earth. Eyes of the elbows are looking at each other. Inhale, shift your weight into your hands. And then exhale, slowly drop down. Knees, thighs, chest, tops of feet. Inhale for a little baby look up. Exhale, all your strength, lift back up, downward facing dog. Our first downward facing dog, let's go through some important safety tips here. Taking a peek at your hands, your pointer fingers are parallel to each other, and you're making the shape of like a J or a backwards J with your hands. Your fingers are spread so wide apart, and your fingertips are clawing into the mat. The eyes of the elbows are facing each other. Your hips are rooting up, and your heels are rooting down. Even the inner part of the heel is rooting into the mat. And then from the back of the heart, feel a softening, almost as if I'm in the room with you and I've placed my hand right in the center of your back. Feel a softening here and straighten your arms a bit more. Let go a big exhale as you do. Take your gaze forward, step your feet to the front. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Stay here, pressing your hands together, tucking your chin under, connecting with your breath. Sun salutations are an amazing way to wake up the body. Let's go through that again. Inhale, reach and rise. Hold that beautiful ball of energy overhead as you exhale, swoop to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, side body long, flat back. Your fingers can be about a foot or two in front of you on your shins or on your thighs. Exhale, step both feet to the back, high plank. Draw the belly button onto the spine. Find your downward facing dog grip here with your hands. Those J shapes with your fingers, claw them into the mat. Take a peek at your wrist creases, those little wrist wrinkles. They're parallel with the front edge of your mat. Shift your weight forward and lower down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, all your strength, lift up, downward facing dog. Keep that clawing of the hands. Soften from the back of the heart into the hands, straighten the arms, and from the back of the heart up to the hips and down to the heels. Hold your downward facing dog here for 3 more breaths as you channel this inner strength. Honor where you are in your stillness. Hold your strength. Hold your stretch. And after the 3rd breath, step your feet to the front. However many steps you need this morning. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Press your hands together, lift your elbows up. Tuck the chin down, come to your breath. Come back to your mantra. We're simply breathing into I am. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, fold, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, side body long. Exhale, both feet to the back, find your high plank. Hold your high plank here, claw your fingers, find your grip, your hand stance, and then shift your weight forward, slowly lower down. Inhale for a little baby look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. All your strength, lift up to your high plank, channel that inner strength, belly button onto your spine, shift your hips back. Imagine yourself moving in slow motion to do it with all that inner strength, that inner goodness. Shift your weight into your right foot, send your left foot straight up to the sky. Lead with your heel maybe, and then kick towards your bottom. Look under your left arm. Stack hip on hip. Let go a big exhale. Inhale, tip the hips back parallel to the earth. Send that left foot up between your hands. Coming right into the center of your mat. If you were to fold your mat in half, it would land right on that line. Keep your back heel raised just for a moment as you shift your knee forward so that knee is stacked on top of that ankle. Once you're there, drop that back knee. Right hand roots into the earth. Send your left hand up to the sky. From the right hand, rooting in, feel the energy travel up to the left fingers. And then go for some movement here. Reach the hand behind you. Reach it in front. Reach it behind. Reach it in front. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. Getting some good movement here in all the parts of the body this morning. And then come back to center with those left fingers reaching up towards the sky. Check in with your right knee. Is it trying to drop to the side? If so, heel toe it over to your left knee. Reach it over or heel toe it to the left a little bit more. You don't want that knee to come off its little track. It's on a track from the knee right into the ankle. It's not going to engage the inner thigh. It'll be so great for the hips. Good. Drop that hand down. Lift your back knee. Rock yourself forward and back until you bring your back foot all the way to the front. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the side body. Your fingers can be floor, the shins, or thighs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Lift the elbows away. Tuck the chin down. Come back to your breath. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale, halfway. Your version of a side body long. Exhale, step both feet to the back. Find your high plank. Take a peek at your hands. Set your foundation now. Claw the fingers in. Find that J shape in the hands. Shift your weight into your hands and slowly lower. Knees, thighs, chest, tops of feet. Inhale, little baby, look up. Exhale, all your strength. Claw the mat, curl the toes under, belly button onto spine. Lift yourself up and back, downward facing dog. From the back of the heart, send the energy into the hands. Straighten the arms. From the back of the heart, lift the hips a little bit more. It's the subtle things that allow you to be in the present moment. Shift your weight into your left foot and reach your right heel up to the sky. Reach up as high as you can and then start to kick towards your bottom. Let the hip keep opening, stacking hip on hip, looking under your right armpit. Let go a big exhale, hold it here. And then slowly bring the hips back. Very gently swing that right foot to the front and let it fall right in the center. Walk it forward, stacking knee on ankle, drop your back knee. Root your left hand into the mat, reach your right to the sky. Notice your front knee. So right now I can tell you I'm already doing it. My hips are just a little tight this morning and I need a little bit more. So I'm going to heel toe that right foot over to the right side of the mat a little bit more. So that as I go to reach my right fingertips up, that knee stays right on top of that ankle. And then go for a little free movement here of the arms. Reach behind you, reach in front, reach behind, reach in front. Stopping in the middle, maybe to reach up a little bit more. You are the boss of what your body needs this morning. What does it feel like doing in this moment, at this time? And coming back into center, hold it up with your fingertips pointing up to the sky. Let's do 3 more breaths here. Keep breathing, keep counting. After the 3rd breath, bring that hand down, sandwich it on the other side of the foot, lift your back knee, start to rock forward and back, and then rock yourself all the way up to a forward fold. Bend your knees so much that your belly starts to rest on your thighs, and sway your arms side to side. Walk your hands to your low back. Interlace your fingers together. If it's hard to reach this morning, go ahead and get a strap or a belt to hold on to. Let the crown of the head fall towards the floor, and then slowly start to straighten your arms, taking them up and back. Let go a big exhale, deepening into the posture a little bit more. And then slowly bring the hands back down. Swing the arms towards the earth. Inhale, a little halfway look up. Exhale, step both feet to the back. Starting with your high plank at first, and then taking your knees as wide as your mat apart. Let your big toes touch. Send your hips back. Let your forehead fall to the mat. An option here is to use a block to bring the earth up to the forehead a little bit more. Your arms are heavy into the floor. Your hips are sinking back towards your heels. Maybe even slowly start to roll the forehead side to side. Hang out here in a child's pose for 5 more breaths, counting your breath in for the count of 4, out for the count of 7. In for the count of 4, out for the count of 7. Letting your exhales be almost twice as long as your inhale is going to allow you to really clean anything out of the hips, out of the belly, the lungs, the whole body. And then slowly look out, lifting the head, the heart. If you were using a block, bring it off to the side for now. Walk your hands to the front. Find that stance where you've got your J shape of your hand, your finger and your thumbs. Your fingertips are clawing into the mat. Take a moment to slide your legs back. Find your high plank. Draw your belly button onto the spine and find a beautiful balance here between your hands and your feet. And then from here, we'll do a little bit of a core workout just to get the core warmed up this morning. Exhale, take your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, come back to where you started. Exhale, left. Inhale, back to where you started. Exhale, back to the right. Keep the belly button onto the spine. Inhale, back where you started. Keep going. Exhales, kind of like a little Spider-Man crawling up a wall here. Let's do one more each side. Belly button onto spine. You got this. Back to where you started, and then slowly lower down. Come onto your knees. Shift your weight into your hands and drop onto your belly. Walk your hands in front, stacking palm on palm, and bring your forehead onto your hands. Take a moment here to catch your breath. Very slowly look up. Take the hands apart. Slide the elbows underneath the shoulders. Press your palms into your mat. Slide your feet as close together as you can. Root the tops of the feet into the floor. And then inhale, look up. looking straight ahead at whatever is in front of you. Press your hands into the mat a little bit more. Lift the crown of the head up to the sky. Keep the feet and legs heavy, heavy. The pelvis is even and rooting heavy into the floor as well. Opening up here through the heart and the abdominals. Connecting with your mantra here maybe. I am. With each time you breathe, each time you say your mantra, let your shoulders soften a little bit more. Feeling heavy into the ground. Close your eyes and really start to feel it within you. I am. And then slowly lean back down, slide the hands forward, stacking palm on palm. Bring your forehead to them. Soften your shoulders, your neck. Bend your knees and bring your heels towards your bottom and start to drop them side to side. Coming back to center. Walk your knees together almost to touch. Drop your right foot straight down. Keep your left knee bent. Keep your right arm in front of you. Reach your left hand back. Your thumb is going to be pointing down. So from here, can you grab onto your left foot or pant leg or anywhere on that left leg? Or do you want to use your strap or your scarf to help you out? And then from here, slowly start to draw that foot into the leg a little bit more, going for a really nice quadricep stretch. Very slowly let go. Bringing your left hand down underneath your left shoulder. Reach your right arm straight out to the side. Here, I'll turn here so you can see me better. Straight out to the side. And then very slowly lift your left hip up, stacking your left hip on top of your right hip. Getting a nice stretch here in your pectoral muscles. Slowly roll back down. Slide both hands, stacking them on top of each other. Press your forehead on them. Take a moment to feel yourself heavy and laying flat on your belly. Slide the feet together, bend the right leg. Reach your right hand back behind you. See if you can grab onto that foot and then draw that foot closer and closer to the body, getting a beautiful quad stretch. Slowly let go. Your right hand comes underneath your right shoulder. Reach your left arm out and then start to stack your right hip onto your left hip. The focus here is not on the hips, but on the shoulder. Getting a nice pec stretch. And then slowly come back. Taking your knees nice and wide, push your hips back. Finding yourself back in your child's pose for 3 breaths. And then slowly look up. Walking the hands forward, clawing your fingers into the mat, turn your toes under, lift yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, claw those fingers in from the back of the heart, root that energy into the hands, straighten your arms a little bit more, take your gaze forward, step your feet to the front. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do one more sun salutation to salute the day. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, side body long. Exhale, step both feet to the back, one at a time. Find your high plank, claw your fingers in, shift your weight forward, slowly lower down. Knees, thighs, chest, tops of feet. Inhale for a little baby look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot to the front. And then your left foot comes behind it, crossing behind you, bend your knees, sink your hips down, and have a seat. Taking a cross-legged seat on your mat. Take a moment to rotate your thighs. Feel those sit bones heavy into the earth. Take a break here, have some water. We'll move into an alternate nostril breathing. For this one, I like to have my right elbow resting into my left hand. If you have a pillow, you can also put that in your lap. It just helps to take any pressure off the arms because the focus is on the breath. So we're going to use our right thumb and our right ring finger. Simply, let's just take actually 3 big breaths in and out through the nose. Just before we get started, coming into a nice, clear headspace. And then after the 3rd breath, plug the right nostril with your right thumb. Breathe in through the left nose and out. And then close your left with your finger. Breathe in the right and out the right. And repeat. Close the right side, in the left, out the left. And switch. In the right, out the right. Keep going. You can count your breath in for 4 and out for 7. Or you can breathe in until you can't breathe in anymore and breathe out until you can't breathe out anymore. Alternate nostril breathing is an excellent way to kind of shut off one side of the brain from the other, to isolate the right and the left hemispheres. So then when you let go and you are breathing through both sides at the same time, you can truly go with the flow and mix the two together, flowing back and forth from one side to the other as needed. Sometimes we need to be more in our right. sometimes we need to be more in our left. And this practice of isolating them is going to allow us to naturally flow between these circumstances. Now, if your arm is starting to get a little sore, you can let go, or try to stay here for 2 more cycles on each side. Let your hands fall into your lap. It's up to you if you want palms facing down or palms facing up. You just breathe through both nostrils, in and out at the same time. Notice what you notice. Come back to your mantra. As you breathe in, say, I am. And as you breathe out, repeat your word to yourself. I am. And say your word. If thoughts come and go, just let them. Let whatever arises come to the surface for a little while, and then let it leave as quickly as it came. This exercise is about noticing when the thought comes in, watching it leave, and coming back to your mantra, I am. And then begin to let your mantra leave your mind. Let it float off into the distance, like a balloon floating into a sky, or a sailboat drifting out to sea. And bring your awareness on your surroundings. What does the floor beneath you feel like? What's the temperature of the air like? What sounds do you hear? What smells do you smell? Be present in your space. And then notice your breath. How good does it feel to take these deep breaths in and out, to nourish your body, to breathe into not just the lungs and the belly, but the arms and the legs and the mind too. And then come back to your mantra. Let it stay with you as you find yourself in this present moment. And when you're ready, open your eyes, return to the room, pick up your journal, and at the top of the page, write your mantra. I am, and that word that came to you. Write it as many times as it feels good for you to write. Maybe start to add in other words that can allow you to come into this mantra even more today. And then if it feels good, I encourage you to write down 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 small, tiny, unnoticeable things. Write that down too. I am grateful. And then last, write down 3 things that if they happen today would make your day amazing. 3 little things or big things. Any 3 things that if they were to come true, you would have an awesome day. And I'll leave you to do that. And I'll see you next time. Namaste, and have a beautiful day.